Welcome, my fellow friends in the Force, and in today's study, we are going to take a closer look at what Anakin really meant.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost!
Now, some may say that this was just lazy writing on George's part. However, I want to point out key moments in Anakin's life to clarify why Anakin felt this way towards the Jedi. For this, we have to go all the way back to the beginning of Anakin's story. As a 9-year-old boy on Tatooine, he always wanted to accomplish something bigger than this world had to offer. Anakin looked up to the Jedi in everything he wanted to be and more. They were known to be keepers of the peace, keeping the threat of evil from ever returning. As Anakin goes with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan to the Jedi Temple to become a Jedi Knight, however, before he leaves, Anakin promises his mother that he will come back one day to save her. Then Anakin gets tested by the Jedi Council to see if Qui-Gon was correct about this boy's abilities in the Force. They determine that the Jedi will not train him in the ways of the Force because of his attachment to his mother, even with Qui-Gon pleading to the Jedi Council that Anakin was indeed the chosen one. Then the master Anakin needed falls at the hands of Darth Maul, with Anakin getting passed down now to Qui-Gon's Padawan, Obi-Wan. He is trained under the ways of the Jedi and not allowed to visit his mother. Even with his dreams of his mother haunting Anakin every day, he had to push away these feelings until he couldn't take it any longer. However, by the time he was able to make it to his mother, she had died in his arms, causing him not to live up to his promise he made to her as a 9-year-old boy. As if all he has done for the Jedi has only led the people that he truly cared about to be put in harm's way. This made him feel that the Jedi were holding him back from reaching his true potential because, in his eyes, not having the knowledge he needed to save his mother was on the Jedi's fault. After this, he had to keep his marriage a secret from the Jedi Council, as if they ever had discovered his secret, Anakin could have easily been expelled from the Jedi Order. Then Anakin was given a Padawan during the Clone Wars, in which he promised himself that he would not let Ahsoka fall under the same teachings as the rest of the Padawans. He wanted to make sure that Ahsoka was prepared for all aspects of war. Anakin thought that the remote droids were too predictable for Ahsoka, as it did not challenge her for events in the heat of battle. He would then use clones against Ahsoka to push her to her limits, which is the reason why she was able to survive the fall of the Jedi Order instead of the other Padawans during Order 66. As soon as Ahsoka was accused of the bombing at the Jedi Temple, the Jedi Council quickly turned their back on her, and if it wasn't for Anakin figuring out who was truly behind the bombing, who knows what may have happened to Ahsoka. After this, Ahsoka had lost trust in the Jedi Order, realizing that they had been corrupt in their politics and ideologies. This caused her to walk away, which is another reason why Anakin was frustrated with the Council's decision. As this takes us during the events towards the end of the Clone Wars. After killing Count Dooku and rescuing the Chancellor, Anakin, even though a member on the Jedi Council, was not promoted to the rank of Jedi Master. The main reason for Anakin wanting to become a Jedi Master was to have access to the restricted section of the Jedi Archives to give him the knowledge he needed to save Padme from his dreams. Then, the Council decided after everything that Anakin had done, his next mission would be to spy on the one person he trusted the most. Anakin told Chancellor Palpatine nearly everything. The story about his mother and the Tusken Raiders. Every time he was frustrated about the Council's decision, he went to Palpatine, as he was always there for Anakin, the father figure he always wanted. This was Palpatine's plan all along, so that when it came time to reveal his true identity to Anakin, he would fall down the same path towards the dark side of the Force, in order to be given the knowledge he needed to save Padme's life. This is a plethora of reasons why Anakin thought that the Jedi were evil, because from his point of view, the Jedi never allowed him to reach his true potential. And once he started to have these visions of Padme dying, he would do whatever it took to make sure these visions that he had about his mother would not be the same fate for his wife. But my friends, I would like to hear your opinion on this matter. Do you agree with this line from Anakin that from his point of view, the Jedi were evil? My thoughts are that this would have made a little bit more sense if Anakin said, from my point of view, the Jedi are corrupt, as this would tie in perfectly with what Anakin experienced all the way from a Padawan to a Jedi Knight. Now, I am not saying that he is totally in the right slaughtering the younglings at the Jedi Temple, as he is totally responsible for those actions. Something that I've always wanted to know was why did Anakin even agree to be on the council? After all the times he disagreed with the council's decision, why did he decide to join in the first place? This was one of the main reasons why Qui-Gon never wanted to be a member of the Jedi Council, because he disagreed with many of their decisions that they ultimately thought were the best solution. Again, I would like to hear your opinion about this in the comment section below. Have a great rest of your day, and if you want to see more about Anakin, go watch these next two videos over why Anakin was such a great general during the Clone Wars, and what if Anakin saw Qui-Gon during Order 66 at the Jedi Temple.